Welcome back to SportsCenter. David Lloyd, Ardo Cal here with you for another half hour as we continue to talk NFL. There's your NFC North standings. The Packers holding on. They were in action, a massive test. They came into the day with a narrow lead in the NFC North. Half game ahead of Chicago, game and a half clear of Detroit. And yeah, there's a massive test against the Broncos. Josh Jacobs gets the carry, takes it 40 yards to the house. The Packers would be up 23-14 early in the third quarter. As a result, final minute of the third, Broncos down 23-21 and driving. Bo Nix dishes it out. Broncos get the first down, but watch Micah Parsons. He'd be grabbing his leg in pain. Adam Schefter says the initial belief is Micah Parsons tore his ACL. There will be further testing to see if that is indeed the case. Micah Parsons, non-contact, goes down clutching his leg. You can see visibly in pain. Pat Surtain checking on him. Later in the drive, Bo Nix would fire to Troy Franklin in the end zone for the touchdown. The Broncos go up as a result. 50 seconds left. Packers down. 4th and 15. Jordan Love will be hit as he's thrown incomplete. The Broncos would win as a result, 34-26. Here's Packers head coach Matt LaFleur, new on SportsCenter.
That's obviously a really tough night in a lot of ways in regards to losing the football game. Give Denver a ton of credit. That's a really good football team. I thought it was a dogfight for most of the game, and then they kind of ran away with it in the second half. But it was also a double whammy for us, just losing some pieces that are critical for our success. But that's the name of the game. I told the guys nobody's going to feel sorry for us, and we got to rally around one another, and everybody's going to have to elevate their play. Yeah, it doesn't look good, so I'll leave it at that. Well, I think same thing that goes through my mind when I see any player for that matter. You don't wish that on anybody. So, but it's obviously tough. I mean, we all know what type of player he is and the impact he's had on our football team. And to lose somebody like that it's tough. But there's, like I said, nobody's going to feel sorry for us. We got to find a way, and guys got to rally around one another. I don't have an update on that. He did. Yeah, they did a CT on him, so we'll have more tomorrow for you.
Beyond just the football side of it, how do you keep your guys together emotionally, mentally after the number of guys got hurt and the importance of the guys who did get hurt tonight?
Well, I think it's easy. I think we got a connected team, and I think I know how our guys will respond, and we got a great test coming up. Going to Chicago, a game that went down to the wire last time we played, and obviously they rolled today, so it's to go back on top of the division. So I know we're going to get their best, and they're going to get our best. I made a bunch of plays. I mean, we went down, we scored, we got a 3-and-out, and then took a shot, got the coverage we wanted, and Surtain made a hell of a play. So give him a lot of credit. He's one of the best in the business, and it's just good play by him.
Do you have an idea about the needs for Zach and Evan?
Yeah, I don't have any updates as far as how long that's going to be. I think long term, I think we're going to be all right, but whether that's a week or 2 or 3, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but like I said, it's not going to be one individual that can do that. I think it's the collective. It's everybody playing to the best of their ability, and like I said before, they're going to have to feed off one another and rally around each other, and it's going to be opportunities for other guys to get in there, and they're going to have to be impactful. Yeah, it is what it is. Like everybody faces adversity, everybody faces injuries, everybody has challenges. It's the National Football League, and you can't do anything that's out of your control, and it's all about how you respond to it. And our guys are going to have to get back into the training room and get healthy, and we'll put together a good plan and then just go compete on Saturday night.
Packers Bears next Saturday night at Soldier Field right there, and the Bears will be the first place Bears because they took care of business against the Browns today. Caleb Williams for DJ Moore, nicely done. Bears go up 14-0. Sort of a sidebar to the actual game is Myles Garrett's chase of the sack record. He chases down Caleb Williams there to attack on another half sack, so he's just a sack away from tying the record. And back to Williams. I'm not sure how he fit this ball in there to DJ Moore again, but somehow he did. Risky but rewarding. Wow. Williams threw for 242. In the cold, it was 2 below with the wind chill. Bears back at first in the NFC North. Here's the quarterback.
DJ, is that in any way an ill-advised throw from your point of view? You can...
Nah, I can make any throw.
Because he can make a lot of throws that other people can't. When we got to the sideline, he was like, I'm just going to give you a chance, and that's what he did with a high back 5 ball, and the rest is history.
I would say 99% of quarterbacks, you tell them don't even waste your time looking back there and trying to make that throw. There's usually bad things that happen, and yet he's got the ability to make that throw. And DJ made a heck of a play there right on the back line as well. So that was one of those highlight moments there.
I can make any throw. Yeah, no problem at all. Rams, the Lions, the quarterbacks facing their former teams. They're traded for each other in 2021. Of course, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford. The Lions, they had one of the biggest swing probabilities, a win versus a loss. Very huge for them and their playoff implications. This is Jamison Williams in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. The Lions would lead 24-17 at the half, under 3 minutes to go in the third. Rams lead 1st and 10. Stafford slings it deep to Colby Parkinson, who believes it was a touchdown, but after further review, ruling on the field stands. So 32 seconds to go, 1st and 10 for the Rams on the 11. Blake Corum runs it in. Rams would lead by 10 as a result. 2 and change to go in the fourth. Lions trail, 1st and goal. David Montgomery rushes for the touchdown, and so the Lions cut it 41-34. 13 seconds left, same score. Last chance for Detroit. Goff would find Amon-Ra St. Brown, but the 22-yard pass is not enough. The Rams would win 41-34. After the game, here's Matthew Stafford with Lindsay Theory.
Matthew, you said this week you guys weren't talking about the playoff berth, but now you've earned one. What does it mean to this group?
It means a lot. Obviously a lot of hard work goes into this, but a lot of football left to be played. We're excited about getting a win tonight. Played a really good opponent, tough football game, down to the wire like they always are, but good to come out on top.
Take me through this sequence, and late in the third quarter, Kobe Turner gets his sack, and then you guys score in the ensuing drive. What did that do for your guys' momentum?
Yeah, we've just been trying to play complementary football as best we can this season. Struggled a little bit in the first half, and found a way to come out here in the second half, play really good ball.
We know Puka, we know Javonte, but tell us about Blake Corum, Kyron Williams, Colby Parkinson.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought both of our runners ran it great tonight. And Colby made some big-time plays. Obviously, with 2 scores, that's huge for us getting in the end zone. Going up and making a big play on a go ball, and then finding a way to get in down over there. So just a lot of fun playing football with this team, and appreciate these guys.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
On the other side of the ball, head coach Dan Campbell for the Lions, new on SportsCenter.
First quarter was rough on us, They got a jump on us that we couldn't overcome. Nakua had a huge day. We couldn't slow him down. Stafford played at a really high level, which we knew he would if we couldn't disrupt him. And more importantly, stop the run. We weren't able to do that. They were able to break through there and grind it out, which made it very difficult on us. And then, we left 3 out there on the field goal, and then we didn't. We could have scored touchdowns, man. You get in a game like that, knew we were going to need some points, and we weren't able to get enough there. In third quarter, we got to be able to stop the bleeding offensively, and we weren't. We never got our run game going. I thought Goff, I thought Saint, and J-Mo played their tails off, man. I thought they were played at a really high level, gave us a chance, but we just weren't able to overcome, some of those things, you know. And we knew that team didn't make mistakes. And so it cost us. You know, we couldn't do enough.
To the team, obviously, you're looking at every game matters.
Well, look, I don't even know what happened. I mean, I just found out after the game about Green Bay and all that. So, you know, my message is don't go numb to when you get these losses, you know, the win, lose. Like, we got to get out of that rut, and it can't be okay. We'll just, like, it should burn at you, you know. It should eat you up. And do not go numb to the losing, all right? Staff and I, we're going to come in. We're going to watch this thing together tomorrow, all of us in all 3 phases. Watch everything top down, the players, ourselves, you know, and make those corrections and then move on. And it's simple as going back to work, and we got to get better with Pittsburgh coming into town. We got to play better. And now we know, you know, now you have firsthand knowledge of what, you know, what probably the top of the NFC looks like right now. That's them, you know. And so now you know what it looks like, you know what it is, and we're not there right now. Doesn't mean we can't be, but now we know what it looks like. And you got to get better. We got to get better. We got to move on. Can't sulk about it. Can't feel sorry for ourselves. We make the corrections and we move on.
Sorry about that. What did happen in the third quarter there? You guys went 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. They hit you back for those 2, especially the one maybe where you had the pressure on those back-to-back plays, giving the sack. Did you kind of look and reassess what was going on?
Really, we couldn't. I think more than anything, we really just couldn't get our run game going. That was going to be important, and that one hurt us. You know, we got a holding call, which made it difficult. You know, some of those you're just trying to get in 3rd and 5. You know, and we were in 3rd and 10, 3rd and long. You know, trying to run the ball. You know, you get 2 yards, and it just makes it difficult. We weren't able to overcome that. You know, you can go back. Well, maybe I should have just thrown it and quit trying to do some of those, or you know, you go back and forth. That'll be things that I look at myself as to, man, could I have done this? Should I have done this better to help these guys out? But the bottom line is we weren't able to convert, and so then we strung the defense out, and then all of a sudden it flips. You're up 10, you're down 10, and that was a rough quarter for us.
I mentioned how important this game was for their probability to make the playoffs. The Lions definitely have their work cut out for them if they're going to make the postseason. ESPN Analytics now gives them just a 36% chance to make the playoffs, potentially needing to win each remaining game. Also from that contest, Rams wide receiver Davante Adams did not return to Sunday's 41-34 win over the Lions after suffering a non-contact hamstring injury. Here's Sean McVay on Adams.
You know, I think our guys really just, didn't give up any loose yardage. I thought we knocked out the run, and I thought we were sticky in coverage, and we were able to apply pressure to force him to progress past some of their primary options. And so, just being able to earn the right to be able to get the pen back in your hand a little bit defensively, that's an explosive offense. I mean, they're leading the league in scoring. They got playmakers all over the place. Obviously, Jared does an excellent job being able to distribute the ball, but I thought we were able to affect and influence that and just disrupt their rhythm a little bit. We knocked out the run all day, and that was a big factor for them to only have, I think it was 20 carries for 70 yards with how explosive they are. So really solid job. You know, our coaches do a great job of making those adjustments. Give a ton of credit to them. It was, yeah. And so we'll see. He was optimistic talking to him. He knows his body really well. They had an east and west double. He split it and then, just kind of came up where he felt it. So we'll see what that means. I can't imagine that's good for Thursday with just the short amount of time, but I certainly wouldn't rule him out quite yet, but it didn't look good.
11-3 Rams and 11-3 Seahawks Thursday night. Let's get to the Ravens and the Bengals. We're on to
When you play 12 years in the league, you sometimes have IQ where you're like, am I going to go 99 or should I let a younger self go? And I saw Alohi behind me and said, here you go. You take it to the promised land.
The Ravens shut out the Bengals 24-0. For more, here's Kimberly Martin.
Pre-game, Ravens safety Kyle Hamilton stood outside of the visitors' locker room and delivered an impassioned speech to his teammates about the opportunity at hand. And this is how he ended it. We beat them. Their bleeping season is over. Now, those words proved to be prophetic. The Ravens defense got its revenge against the Bengals, pitching a shutout against Joe Burrow, the first time that that's happened since he was in college. And Kyle Van Noy capped the win by pitching an intercepted pass to Alohi Gilman for a defensive score.
I mean, I wasn't surprised at all. Shout out to Kyle Van Noy. Great play, great player. I was actually yelling at him to pitch the ball after he caught it, so it worked out. You know, had some hamstrings for him, you know, and put it on me. So shout out to Kyle Van Noy. It was a great play. Shout out to the defense. I think we were pissed off we lost to them the first time, I'm not going to lie. So that's kind of where that came from. But in the end of the day, it's about us. It's about us, about our defense. It's about our team. But, you know, it was good to go out there and just put that on tape and let everyone know that we're ready to roll.
I felt that play one, that they weren't ready to play. It was too cold for them.
Quarterback Lamar Jackson stopped short of saying the Ravens played like a playoff team today, but this type of performance is evidence that they're getting better, he said, at just the right time. But the road to the playoffs proves challenging. Up next, back-to-back primetime games against the Patriots and Packers. In Cincinnati, Kimberly Martin, ESPN.
Holding a Joe Burrow offense to zero, zip, nada, well, that is a rarity. It last happened back in 2018 when Burrow was at LSU. That was when #1 Alabama beat the Tigers 29-0. The Bengals now 4-10, a lost season for that team and its quarterback.
You know, I want everything on my plate. I want, that's the position I want to be in. And, you know, I feel confident in all those guys in the locker room. Like I said, today, there's not a team in the NFL that would have won the game today if I was the quarterback.
When we go back to Wednesday, there was a lot made of your comments about if you're having fun or not in Cincinnati, so just to let you address it. Are you still enjoying playing for the Bengals, and what did you make of kind of what happened in your comments on Wednesday?
My comments had nothing to do with Cincinnati. My comments had everything to do with me and my mindset in football.
If I'm being honest, I never been in a situation with him where I had to uplift him. You know what I'm saying? But going forward, I might need to, because he does it to me at the end of the day, and you never know what he might be going through. So I might need to start doing that, you know?
All right.